Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic today. You must have heard about types of customers. I've also given a video on where I've spoken so much about various different types of customers. But today I'm going to talk about different types of internal and external customers. So basically, whatever types of customers that you've heard, there are two major types of customers, external and internal. Let's see what difference do they make on our organization. What help do we get from an external customer and what can we do for the internal customer. So friends, this video will give you a clarity on how you can be better with both the sets of customers. Friends, let's talk first about external customers. External customers are the customers who come, buy, pay you, go back, come if there is a grievance, launch a complaint, give you feedbacks and all whatsoever. So they are the customers or called the clients or accounts who come in, they buy something, they make a purchase, they go back and they give you the feedback. To give you a little more illustration, so when brainstorming problems and designing solutions, the organization thinks about these kind of customers who are the reason why the certain strategy and plans are designed for. So these are your valuable customers who are not directly connected to your organization in any way. They are an external source who come from out through your marketing and they come and they buy the product. They are the one who can be one-time purchaser or they are the ones who can be everyday purchaser. It depends on what add-ons that we provide to them. It depends on what discounts we offer. It depends on what all we do to attract our customers to us. These are also called as clients. These are also called as accounts. The goal that a company sets in the mind is for these kind of external customers who bring in a lot of profit to your organization. They are an external source and they help you to get external sources beyond them as well. So they give you a lot of referrals. So these are your pure, sure customers that we talk about, and these are the ones who come, these are the ones whom you conduct all the surveys, these are the ones whom you rate their satisfaction level. We are talking about these sets of customers who the organization is dependable on, who help to take the organization to the next level with profits or take it down to the lot of losses. These are the ones who are to be taken care of, pampered, and to be made very comfortable. So friends, this is what I can all talk about an external customer. Let's see who's an internal customer of an organization. At the same given point of time, there is another side of the coin, which is the internal customer of the organization. Now, these customers are someone who are directly responsible of all the sales done to the external customers. So, they are the ones who are responsible of creating that purchase. Not necessary that they also would do a lot of purchase from the organization. So you must have come to know whom I'm talking about. Yes, you're right. I'm talking about the employees and the managers of the company. They are your internal customers. So why do we say this? Is because the more you are satisfied as a manager, the more you are satisfied as an employee. That's the only time you can satisfy your customers, which are the external customers. This has been my habit when I have been working into customer service for such a long time. Whenever there was a new service or a product launched and wherever I was working, I used to first try it on myself. I used to purchase it, I used to feel what it feels like, I used to understand what are the pros and cons of the particular product or service, and then I would expect my customers to feel happy about it. Many a times these products don't launch because the internal customers give their reviews about a particular product if it's not good, or a particular service if it's not liked. So the company, it's a big help to the company through these internal customers that they do not go into further losses, because the main problem of grievance is tackled at the very first stage or very first level. Another example, except the employees and the managers, would also be the stakeholders, would be partners, directors in the company. Now, they are the people who have invested huge amount in the company, so they are, of course, an internal customer to the company. Now, whatever they are able to set an impression on the external customers, their payment or their salary or their remuneration is dependent on their external customers. So friends, two things. It's very important for an internal customer to be more satisfied than anyone else. At the same point of time, it is very important for an internal customer to be extremely loyal so that the external customers are happy enough. So friends, let's see what is the major difference between an internal versus an external customer. So an external customer has been inherited in the business. He comes, he purchases, he starts making, selling, buying products, and it's been a long time and a long way of handling these kind of external customers. The idea of an internal customer, however, is for the satisfaction level of the external customer to be at the maximum level. For example, the Six Sigma promotes identifying the internal customers as a way to help build a healthy work environment. Friends, it is very important, on the other hand, to hold people accountable for the environment that is created which satisfies the external customers. But at the same time, we majorly forget in understanding whether the workplace environment is the right environment to work in. Many a times we come across a lot of employees who are not satisfied themselves. So how are they going to satisfy the customers? So that's one thing where the work environment is dependent on the internal customers. The employee's morale gets boosted if it is the right place and environment for that particular customer to work. Just imagine that a person who's working in the back office, at the back end, and suddenly has come for an interview for customer service and has done wonders in the interview and gets selected as a customer service executive. It's the first time he's ever facing a customer and he's never ever faced customer before. He is very used to his back end work, and that's how front end, it's not his floor or his part of job. Now, this person, already low at morale and confidence, can really just create a lot of loss to the organization by simply attending to customer who is a loyal customer and the customer just walking off and not liking the service because he's never done this before. So it's very important to identify the internal customers first to understand how best can we do this. That's the reason I always say hire the right candidate. Someone who has never faced a customer would take some time. So either help him or either do not expect wonders. So the only idea of making an external customer happy is by having happy internal customers. Let's see what advantages do we have by treating our employees as internal customers. Beyond the feel-good psychological feeling, though the term internal customer itself feels a lot more tangible in terms of benefit, more tangible in terms of moving around, where you can actually experiment on your brand, your product, your services. This word itself gives you an idea that this organization is working on your satisfaction level. For teams who handle work both internally and externally, it is a win-win situation because there all the teams are handled with a lot of care, because the internal customers themselves feel a lot high about their morale, and that's how they prioritize their problems, their issues. They see to it that there is a correct communication. They talk well in between the teams. They communicate very well, so there is no miscommunication or a communication gap. Treating everyone as a customer may also bring in a lot of encouragement to take such decisions of serious changes or serious requirement of an organization to get fulfilled at the end of the day. And only internal customer could bring in complaints and grievances or referrals really very naturally and positively. So external customers definitely get a lot of help if they are very happy internal customers in an organization. So you would see that there are a lot of benefits. I think if we treat all our employees as an internal customers and then expect a lot from them to treat their external customers. So let's see, now we've been talking about happy internal customers. What if we try to see the effect of the negative internal customers on the external customers. Friends, if the internal customers are not happy, then it turns the heads upside down. So they are the ones who are responsible of making the external customers the most unhappy. Friends, it's always necessary to have your employees very happy. It's always said that your staff should be happy first, and then definitely the customers would be happy. What would happen if you have employees in the organizations with mood swings? What do you have internal customers in the organization who are not satisfied, who are not the correct attitude and personality working in a customer service industry, who are not with an attitude and personality to treat customers the way they feel. Now, this is what I say, putting your shoes into your customer's shoes, putting your legs into your customer's shoes. So once an internal customer feels like he's an internal customer, only then he'll be able to put his foot into your customer's shoe. That's a feeling of exactly understanding how the customer feels, and that can only be done if you yourself treat you as your customer. So it's very important, friends. This is a very natural process of making yourself feel in his place, in the customer's place. This is only possible if the internal customer comes with the correct attitude, correct personality, he is the right candidate hired, he is well trained, well groomed, and then he can work out wonders. Management experts believe that practically few people are willing to perform so badly that they have been fired, especially in any service industry. There are very less people you would see who have been fired. Now, these are the people who are wrongly hired, or maybe they do not have a personality of customers themselves. Whenever they go for a purchase, they really feel as if they are customers, and they make it very sure that they get the best things. So when they actually go out, see, it's very simple, friends. Everyone is an employee working in some kind of organization. Now, suppose if I am an employee working with X organization, I treat myself an employee working there, but when I go to purchase something for my household, I treat myself as a customer. So suppose if I've gone to buy a television screen for myself, I am treating myself as a customer there. Now here I want my kind of thing. So I want the employees to actually handle me, treat me. I want them to help me out to buy the right thing. So imagine when the customer's coming to me at that point of time, when an external customer comes to me, and when I treat myself as an employee and not an internal customer, what happens then is that I do not do wonders what the other employee has done while he was helping me out. So friends, it's very important to naturally build this attitude of an internal customer, of you yourself being an employee of a service industry. First, feel like a customer yourself, and then try to make a difference to your organization. Friends, when we talk about internal and external customers, what we are really talking about is we try to make each and every person a customer. So there are certain drawbacks in the effects of making each person a customer, each employee a customer. So when we talk about these drawbacks, now there are two different things. There's a positive attitude towards it and a negative setback. When we say a positive attitude, we have certain set of people who understand customer service as their attitude and understand this as their personality and not their job. These people take it very positively. They feel that yes, they are the valued customer of their own organization as well as employees. Now, the mentality is a major issue. There are a lot of times where mentally people do not psychologically understand this difference of internal and external customer. They feel that this organization has just done this kind of thing to make us feel a little better and to get their work done. So this kind of understanding or this kind of mind block cannot be really changed. We can try to brainstorm them, but not make a difference. At the other given point of time, this can turn into a most negative aspect of customer service. I'll tell you how. When a person, whether an employee, is treated as a customer himself, or he treats himself as a customer, there are a lot of expectations and there are a lot of questions asked to the management. Psychologically, this is a very good method of handling customers, but practically, many of the employees do not feel very correct of announcing themselves as an internal customers. The truth that may not be able to, which is why some of the field believe in the term internal customers, can dilute the urgency around the customers. So many a times there is a need for external customers to be most satisfied, where the management thinks that the internal customers are someone who have to be very happy, so that there is a healthy environment created in the organization which will help the external customers to be most satisfied. CEOs find more success when they connect to employees, to external customers. So many CEOs do not take this positively, and they actually help the employees to get into interaction with the customers, announcing that they are employees and these are customers for our organization. So many CEOs think that it's better to keep it simple and better to announce the employees as employees only. So there are a lot of drawbacks which otherwise could affect the external customer. Friends, this is a very sensitive issue where the mindset of the people cannot be changed. That's the reason why I always say hire candidates who are having a personality of customer service and not really treat it as a job. It is not a 9 to 5 job. It is a personality. It is your attitude that you built in front of the customer. If you're an amazing person to welcome someone, you will definitely welcome your customer the same way. So suppose if there are guests coming at your place and you are known for your warm welcome, you'll be known for your warm welcome with your customers also. So friends, look forward to those candidates who take these terms very seriously and positively. Someone who would understand what an internal customer means and would take it positively would definitely satisfy the external customers to a different level. So when we do a survey of finding out what the employees got to say about it, you will find 80% of the ratio of the employees would say that they are not supposed to be treated as internal customers, and they are supposed to be treated as employees who treat the external customers. This is because it's been a pattern of working since a long time, and especially in India, that we face that every employee is responsible for customer satisfaction. If the employee is treated as the best employee and rewarded, he gets amazingly happy and his morale boosts up. But if you call him an internal customer, he starts expecting, his expectation increases, he starts expecting like an customer. So many of the employees would say, or would rather prefer not to be called as internal customers and to be called as employees working for the external customers. Friends, whereas in different countries out of India, there are a lot of places where this culture of internal customer is loved and is appreciated, because there the sense of employment is very different in terms of our Indian policies and governances. There people are worshipping their work because it's strictly 8 hours, it's strictly up to the mark, and there are a lot of other things. I mean, it's a long story, we can't move on to that, but it's a fact. There, every view and opinion is taken for sure. And I think that customer service would be in the blood. That's the reason they come up with wonders. Here, due to a lot of stressful environment, due to a lot of burden on earning, and due to a lot of sense of responsibility, stress, that's the reason why we are not able to give our 100% of whatever jobs we do, or whatever level that we are employed. So many a times playing with minds becomes a task, because already there are a lot of things playing and triggering our mind, and then one more thing, calling ourselves internal customers, would actually affect in a wrong way. If you ask a lot of management level CEOs and directors who would say what would they prefer to do, they would be confused. There would be a 50-50 ratio, saying that half of them would say, yeah, this is a good idea to deal with it, and half of them would say no. If you ask the managers at the managerial level of how they think to take it ahead, they would say that explaining or making the employees feel like internal customers would be a challenge. They would rather prefer them to be a team player and to take the team ahead. So friends, there are n number of drawbacks negatively that could affect if the internal customers are not treated well, or this idea of internal customers is not put in their brains in the right way. So many of them do not take the risk of getting into this kind of diversions or conversations, and that's why it's been generations where we say that someone who spends money is the customer. So this is all about internal and external customers, what would be the drawbacks, how we can differentiate between them. I hope this video turns fruitful to the management level at some given point of time, where we understand what culture are we talking about and what environment are we talking about. Thank you so much, friends, for watching this video. Please stay tuned to Ikeda and keep subscribing to our channel. Thank you.